today we're kind of gapping down a little bit on this tariff news. Okay, we've got tariffs right now all over Europe. And so, I mean, it's a muted reaction, so I'm not really sure if anything's going to come out of it. But in case the market gets a little ganar, we can add a little TVIX to the watch list. But, I mean, this thing's just dead right now. So, it'd have to be like tariff news plus all sorts of other funny business to probably get that thing going. It's such a muted reaction right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market, they could turn the jets on and really flush it down a little bit, which would be ideal. We just need a little bit of a break. You can see how overbought we are. So we're at, on the SPY, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in a row. So that's why the market's been probably a little bit choppy the last few days, where it feels like, it feels like you're not getting the range that you need. A lot of that just has to do with the market being extended. Right now, what you're seeing sometimes, you can see sick patterns, and then, they pop 20 cents, and you're like, what the fuck? Well, a big part of that is just when you get a little bit long in the tooth, you're going to have some of that. So a little pullback would be nice, but look, we thought yesterday maybe there could have been a pullback, and the market just went gangbusters, really minus the first two candles. So the market dipped for 10 damn minutes, and then it was off to the races. So it just has, at this point, we just have to kind of trust with the trend and run with the trend. The market doesn't like going down right now. It's acting like, it wants to kind of break out the highs or whatever it might be. I mean, this is just, one hell of a V-shaped kind of bounce over here since end of December. We'll have to play it both ways today. I've seen sometimes the market gaps down like this, and it does follow through. It just hasn't been happening very often, so we have to be mindful of that. The watch list is light. As you guys probably know, there's been very few stocks that have actually been moving. We got MBEV on this list for potential red to green. It's dipping down a little bit, but you're about 20 cents away from the red to green, 22 cents away from the red to green. So it's not that big of a dip down. But I'll only hit this if it goes red to green, and then you start to kind of, that's like a tier one. That's a tier one ad, and then, a tier two would be if you start to break and hold over previous day's high. So when you're thinking about position sizing, right? Say, you have a 5,000 share max position, right? Maybe this is a tier one, and then you get a tier two ad, and then if you start to ORB or you push and pull back, that would be your tier three ad, and that's when you're kind of getting a full size on where you need to go with it. But in the beginning, right, it's more of a nibble, shake and bake, rip and dip, then go tier two, whatever that means, right? Dun, 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 dun. I got BA on watch for potential day two. It had decent enough range yesterday. Nothing too crazy, but definitely a clean trader for the most part. BA does work well with technicals because they just turn the algos on these kind of stocks. And so they just trade around super thick, but they move well with technical analysis because, they just turn the algos on at the VWAP, and, it ends up just being the same type of thing. Otherwise, there wasn't really anything that hot. This RIV looks okay. The volume has been dying down the last couple days as it consolidates, but it looks like it has a chance to kind of come out of here and run again. So keep an eye on this. Watch this kind of 150 mark. If you start to see the over-under on something in that area, you could get a potential run on it. As you know, I'll stay away. I'm not a hoe. I don't like trading them dollar stocks. Keep CERN on the watch list. You got to break over the 200-day moving average, along with, this is kind of like an inverse head and shoulders. So you're coming out of this zone over here. If you can break and hold over that 200, we may get an ORB or some type of pullback buy in this. ZGNX is gapping down on sub news, but the caveat on this one, it's already down 27%. Sometimes these ones are super tricky because, the SSR is going to be on this thing. So now you got the SSR on it, and it's already down a lot. It's already, it's a $1 billion company for the most part, so it's not going to trade like a small cap. So we'll have to watch and have a really specific entry. We may need to let this thing kind of squeeze out and then watch for the rollover because it's going to be hard to kind of short this thing in the hole with the SSR on it. but you never know, right? It is a biotech, so the range will be there. Lin, so this is like farm equipment or some shit. This thing is breaking down under like basically from 2017 support. I like those type of plays, like when you get a big support zone that's been working for like multiple years, and you have some type of fresh news, and you can build a pattern under there. That actually has a really nice ability to give you the range that you're looking at. So, in general, I like this name. I'll be watching this one too. I just kind of mark down, right, like where the pre-market levels are and stuff too, so that when the trading day starts, and you start the ORB, you're not doing it into some resistance spot or something like that. I got this AJRD also on watch list. This one looks all right. There's not much volume coming in it just yet, but it does got some fresh news out that's kind of getting smoked out. And Win. So Win's up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days in a row. You're completely outside the upper Bollinger Band. You're also 10 points away from your 9 EMA. So this one may have a chance to, be a rubber band short today. You got 95 stochastics. Remember, to have a proper rubber band short, you need stochastics over 90. Candle should be completely outside the upper Bollinger Band. You want to see 2 thumbs worth of space between the 9 EMA and where the price is, for the eyeball test. Some of you guys got fat thumbs, but I guess got like nice, perfect, manly thumbs over here. So you want 2 thumbs worth of room, and you should be able to catch something. Now, the issue is they had some kind of news out, and it's already kind of getting smoked out 3% on a rubber band short. Like, I want to see almost a gap up so that I can like extend the rubber band and then go red, green to red. But it may not wait. So it's definitely got a chance. I'll be watching this one all damn day, pun intended. Right. In terms of the market's been a little bit slow, so I want to focus in on stocks that got fresh news out. We've been kind of just dicking around, sometimes just trading just junk. We have enough stocks with some type of news out, so we should be able to properly, get things going and properly trade something that's going to have, some order flow that's kind of independent to what's happening in the market. Remember, when the market is choppy, when the market is not showing you any action or volatility, then what you want to do is focus in on stocks that have fresh news out, because when they have the fresh news out, what can happen is it's going to move you regardless of what the market's doing. Yesterday was a chop fest, and really there was, besides NBEV, there was really not much to trade, right? But because this had fresh news out, it's able to do what it's got to do. So just be mindful of all that. And then also remember, the earnings season starts soon. So, if it's boring right now, or you're kind of like, oh man, the conditions aren't there to get the proper shred that I want, that I deserve, then you got to just chill out and just wait, right? Earnings season, when earnings season starts, you're going to have more plays than you can really keep track of. So that's going to be, right? That's huge. If you got more plays you can track of, then just save the mental and financial capital. Like, don't bleed out your account on commissions and stupid trades while the market's slow, especially if the market's due to heat up soon. This ST&E looks okay. We were trading this a little bit yesterday. Definitely, if it's at resistance right now, so you'd have to see kind of how it reacts around here. But in general, that is a stock that I am watching. So it is something I would say that would be something we want to keep on the list for show. Good. Man, fucking Trade ID's got all these fucking windows. There we go. Good. What else? What are your faves? Yeah, Win. Good. Let Win spike, little fucker. CGNX. You know what? Some of these other ones, man, they're all stuck in range, right? So even stocks like SQ and Nvidia, stuff that we use as daily traders, they've been acting like dicks. So, there's not really any trades to even be done in them. So just be mindful, be super selective, kind of get rid of all the junk on your watch list if you're watching too much stuff. And I would just focus it down to a handful of names. They got the most volume, the best news, so on and so forth. And you'll have a lot better time, you know, shredding the way you've got to shred. Let me see. CCAI. Let me see. CCNI. Turd. No, it looks all right. I'm just saying that to say that. Yeah, it looks like you got a little news out on this bad boy. It's a $5 stock, 28. The float should be in just a few million. So you know you'll be okay on this. The issue is like obviously this thing is like a monster cock turd. Ooh, that's kind of gross, right? You gotta look at all these spaces in here. So if the volume's not there, you're not gonna really have anything. RBZ's a gigantic turd too. It's a turd with fleas. It's a smelly one. It's a nasty one. That's probably something you want to stay away from too. Personally, for me, like there's no pattern here, right? If the volume's died down and the news is gone, then it's just gonna kind of drift lower and lower till they re-pump. Remember that these things are about pumps, right? If you're gonna trade this type of junk, you got to play the pump. And if the pump is not there, then what do you got? Nothing. PRPO, turd. Look, as long as it's stuck under the 200 SMA, you can't really, I personally can't look at it as a long. I don't buy stocks under resistance, right? I want to buy stocks that break out over resistance. So you gotta wait those out. You know, wait for the prime time opportunity when you get those. Otherwise, you know, what are you gonna really do with it? Good. Cool. All right. I got to do what I got to do. I'll be in the Bulls on Wall Street chat room shredding. Let's go have some fun today. Let's do what we got to do. Trade well, trade fast. Bootcamp class, our 60-day bootcamp starts today also. I know most of you guys, half of you guys will be in class. For the rest of you guys, if you guys got any questions, just, you know, send me an email. It's going to be a fun one. Adios, muchachos. Peace. You ready?